There are seasons in life when the heart feels tired and the mind feels overcrowded. Nothing settles, nothing answers, nothing quiets the soul. And it's often in these moments that God reminds us He has never lost control over anything. This message from Faith Speaks is built on one of the most powerful promises in Scripture. In Jeremiah 29 verses 11 to 20, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for peace and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will restore your fortunes. I will gather you from all the nations and all the places where I have driven you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place from which I sent you into exile. For you say, the Lord has raised up prophets for us in Babylon. Thus says the Lord concerning the king who sits on the throne of David and all the people who dwell in this city, I will not leave you without an answer. You will see my hand over everything that has tried to destroy you." When God says, "I know," He is correcting every thought that makes you believe your life has fallen off track. He is saying that His plans for you have not been lost, not even in your hardest moments. This promise was spoken during a time of captivity, confusion, pressure, and discouragement. God didn't wait for circumstances to improve before speaking hope. He spoke while everything still felt broken. That reveals the heart of the Father. He declares future while the present feels uncomfortable. The same pattern continues today. You carry burdens you never asked for. You handle pressures you don't always understand. But God does not overlook these hidden struggles. He steps into them with you. He restores clarity inside you. He breaks the invisible attacks designed to drain your strength from within. Where confusion tried to settle, God brings understanding. When He says, "I will restore your fortunes," it is not poetic language, it's divine intervention. God doesn't make minor adjustments. He transforms entire realities. He shifts the direction, He reverses what felt final. This turning point begins when the heart opens to His presence. It's not about emotional strength or being at your best. It's about honesty. A sincere heart gives God room to move. And when God moves, fear loses its grip. The mind becomes lighter, the soul gains stability. Possibilities that once felt unreachable start to come alive again. God is rebuilding inner foundations that others cannot see but that sustain everything you are on the outside. The passage says that God brings His people back to the place from which they were taken. This is more than geography. It is identity, purpose, clarity, emotional grounding, spiritual sensitivity, inner peace. Life has a way of pulling us away from these places without warning. Responsibilities grow heavier, unexpected losses reshape us, disappointments weaken our courage, and daily pressures slowly erode who we used to be. And this drift doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in small, unnoticeable steps. A little more tired today, a little less hopeful tomorrow, a little more unsure the next week. By the time we look around, we feel far from ourselves, far from the version of us that had joy, conviction, courage, peace, and clarity. But God steps into that distance and says, "I am bringing you back. Back to the confidence you used to carry. Back to the courage you thought had died. Back to the emotional balance that life tried to steal. Back to the spiritual sensitivity that used to guide you." God doesn't simply retrieve fragments. He restores the whole design. He doesn't return you to who you were. He returns you to who you truly are in Him. And the process is gentle but powerful. He lifts emotional weights you didn't know you were carrying. He untangles thoughts that became tight inside you. He rewrites inner narratives shaped by fear or disappointment. And once God restores the inside, everything outside begins to shift naturally. Your decisions, your relationships, your energy, your clarity, your sense of direction. When God returns you, He returns you renewed. "I will gather you from all the nations." This is not just physical, it's deeply symbolic. It means everything in you that became scattered, I am aligning again. Because life scatters us internally in ways we rarely notice. But God is a gatherer. He gathers your courage back into position. He gathers your emotional stability, your inner peace, your sense of purpose. He gathers your fragmented identity and makes it whole again. The enemy's strategy is always fragmentation. Break the focus, break the clarity, break the emotional structure, break the spiritual sensitivity. But God steps in and reorganizes. He doesn't return you to chaos. He returns you to alignment. He connects dots you didn't even know were disconnected. He heals wounds still shaping your reactions. He strengthens weak areas while softening hardened ones. He brings balance to places that felt unstable. He reunifies what life tried to dismantle. And there is multiplication in God's restoration. He doesn't give back the same measure. He increases it. Strength comes back stronger, peace returns deeper. Clarity becomes sharper, purpose becomes clearer. You regain not just what was scattered, but a version of yourself that is even more refined and anchored than before. The text exposes something crucial. There were false voices speaking in God's name, misleading messages, distorted guidance, confusing influences disguised as truth. This reveals something timeless. Not every voice is meant to be followed. Not every influence is aligned with God's heart, and not every direction is safe. But God does not allow His children to remain unprotected. He exposes distortion. He reveals what is false. He cuts off influences that drain you. He silences voices that attempt to mislead you. He strengthens your discernment so you can recognize what belongs to Him and what does not. This protection is not loud. It's subtle, constant, and profound. Sometimes He protects your heart from emotions that could have overwhelmed you. Sometimes He closes doors you wanted open because He sees what you cannot see. Sometimes He separates you from people or environments that were quietly weakening your spirit. God guards your inner world. He guards your clarity, your peace, your identity, your calling. He doesn't just protect you from external danger. He protects you from internal confusion. And when God reveals truth, everything inside you sharpens. You begin to see what drains you, what deceives you, what distracts you, what exhausts you, and what aligns with your purpose. Discernment is one of God's greatest gifts, and He is sharpening yours. There are seasons in life when God allows us to stay in places we cannot understand, places that feel slow, heavy, unfair, or completely disconnected from the promise He once whispered to our hearts. Israel knew this feeling deeply. They were living in Babylon, a land that was not theirs, surrounded by customs, voices, and realities that did not match the future God had declared over them. And they kept asking the same question you have probably asked too: Lord, why am I still here? But in Jeremiah 29 verse 14, God gives them a striking promise: I will gather you from all the nations and bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile. He didn't pretend it didn't happen. He didn't erase it. He redeemed it. That alone changes everything, because God is not afraid of the parts of your story that feel broken or confusing. He is not intimidated by the seasons that make no sense to you. He knows how to weave purpose into places that look like detours. Sometimes you are in a chapter that doesn't match the ending God showed you, and that's okay. Chapters are not the whole book. Babylon wasn't the end of Israel. It was the classroom. It was the field where they learned endurance, where they rediscovered prayer, where they reconnected with God beyond comfort. And your season is not wasted either. Your delays are not empty. Your waiting is not meaningless. God is working in the background of your life even when nothing seems to change on the surface. When you look at your life and think, this is not what I expected, remember this: God often plants you in strange places before He elevates you. So if the road feels longer than it should be, if you feel stuck in circumstances you didn't choose, if your heart wonders why God hasn't moved you forward yet, hear this gently: God hasn't lost track of you. Not for 1 second. Even the roads that feel like detours are part of His exact map. Your exile is not your ending. Your delay is not your defeat. Your waiting is not wasted. God is preparing the return long before you see it. In Jeremiah 29 verse 12, God says something deeply intimate: Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. This is more than a promise. It is an invitation into relationship. The God who created galaxies says, "Talk to me, and I will listen." Let that sink in. Your voice matters in heaven. Your tears matter in heaven. Your whispered prayers, the ones no one heard, the ones you prayed in the dark, they mattered too. Sometimes when life gets heavy, you start to feel like your prayers are bouncing off the walls. You start wondering if God is hearing any of it. But God responds with certainty. I will listen. He doesn't say, I might. He doesn't say, I'll consider it. He says, I will. Every prayer you've prayed has been collected, heard, and remembered. But here's something important. Often, the delay between the prayer and the answer is where God reshapes your heart. Israel prayed for escape, but God wanted transformation. They wanted speed, God wanted depth. Sometimes you think the delay is punishment, but in reality, it's a sacred space where God teaches you the sound of His voice. Not the noise of fear, not the echo of past disappointments, but His voice, calm, steady, patient. There are moments when God allows the volume of the world to quiet down just so you can rediscover the power of prayer. Because prayer is not about getting an answer. Prayer is about growing in alignment. Prayer teaches you where God is moving. It trains your vision to recognize His hand. And something beautiful happens when you keep praying even when your life feels unsettled. Your spirit becomes anchored. You start to sense what He is shaping behind the scenes. Israel's prayers didn't change Babylon immediately, but their prayers changed them, and that prepared them for the return. Pray with expectation, because God is not a distant spectator. He is a Father who leans close every time you call. In Jeremiah 29 verse 13, God makes a profound declaration. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. This verse is not a challenge, it's a comfort. God is not hiding from you. He is not far away, but He is not silent. He is not hard to reach. The issue is not His distance, it's our distractions. Israel had many voices pulling them in different directions. False prophets, false hopes, false expectations. And the same happens today. Stress pulls your attention. Fear steals your focus. Anxiety tries to take the throne of your thoughts. But God says, seek me with your whole heart. Not with perfection, with sincerity. Seeking God with your whole heart means showing up even when you don't feel spiritual. It means searching for Him in your pain, not only in your victories. It means saying, Lord, I don't understand everything you're doing, but I still choose you. And here is the power of this verse. God promises to be found. Imagine that. The Creator of everything guarantees His own presence. He doesn't make you chase Him endlessly. He doesn't play hide and seek with your faith. He doesn't punish your confusion. He meets you where your desire becomes genuine. Sometimes God allows everything else around you to fall quiet so you can finally hear Him again. It's not abandonment, it's alignment. He clears the noise so your soul can rediscover the one who never left. Your mind begins to clear. Your spirit begins to rest. You stop searching for quick answers and start searching for God Himself, and that is when clarity begins. When God speaks about kings, cities, and authorities, He is making a profound statement. His sovereignty stands above every system, every decision, every power, every circumstance. This means you are not a victim of environment, timing, or human opinion. Your life is not determined by luck, chance, or what others decide. Your story is not shaped by random forces. It is shaped by divine supervision. Even when you feel powerless, God is not. Even when doors seem locked, God holds the keys. Even when situations look settled, God can shift them. Even when people underestimate you, God's plans remain intact. He governs the unseen, He rearranges what needs to move. He strengthens what needs to remain. He removes what threatens your purpose. He positions you exactly where you need to be, even when the process feels slow or unclear. There is no point in your journey where God steps back and says, You're on your own. Not in your battles, not in your decisions. Not in your uncertainties, not in your transitions. He leads with precision, sometimes quietly, sometimes unexpectedly, but always intentionally. Nothing has the final word over your life except God. Not fear, not loss, not delay, not injustice, not circumstances. God is guiding the narrative of your life with a level of detail you cannot yet see, but you will. As Jeremiah 29 verses 11 to 20 concludes, a pattern becomes unmistakable. God does not promise an easy path. He promises presence. He doesn't promise instant results. He promises guidance. He doesn't promise a perfect journey. He promises a redeemed one. This passage isn't only about future blessings. It's about divine proximity. God is close. He is involved. He is intentional. He is rebuilding. He is restoring. He is protecting. He is revealing. He is aligning your steps with purpose. He is healing quiet wounds that shaped your reactions. He is restoring clarity where confusion lived for too long. He is calming emotional storms that no one else knows about. He is strengthening the parts of you that life tried to weaken. He is reawakening the dreams you thought were gone. He is defending you from attacks you didn't even recognize. God's promise remains unchanged. What He planned for your life still stands. What He wrote about your future is still active. What He prepared for you cannot be cancelled by anyone or anything. And everything that felt lost, delayed, or scattered is being reorganized by His hands, piece by piece, layer by layer, moment by moment. You are not just moving forward, you are being restored while you move.